Hi, I'm Jeff Goldberg.
And I'm Steve Bookbinder.
And we are the authors of How to Be Your Own Coach, 6 Simple Questions for Achieving Your Goals. In this series of videos, we're covering each of the 6 simple questions, and this one is on question number 2.
Jeff, question number 2. What's the very next thing that needs to happen in my life?
I'm glad you asked that, Steve. In question number 1, we found out that the most important thing, and the first thing you have to do is figure out what is my number one goal in life? What's the thing I'm trying to strive for? But the next thing that you have to do is figure out what's the very next thing I have to do. And the reason that we covered that is most people, once they figure out the goal, they want it yesterday. Not tomorrow, not today, they want it yesterday. And they see the thing typically as huge. Climbing to the top of Mount Everest, but not actually doing the climb, actually being at the top. And what we found is that when you can break things down into bite-sized chunks, it becomes a heck of a lot easier and you get a heck of a lot closer to achieving your goal. So instead of, let's take weight loss for example, because many people have a goal of losing weight. Let's say you want to lose 50, 80, 100 pounds. It's incredibly difficult to lose 100 pounds, but it's much easier to lose 5. Breaking things down into bite-sized chunks makes it easier to get to your goal. And not only that, if you're going to lose 5 pounds, what's the first thing you have to do? Well, maybe you have to figure out, what am I doing wrong? Or maybe you have to put together a diet plan or an exercise plan or find somebody who can help you with those things. So that's why we came up with, what's the very next thing I have to do?
Yeah, and if I could just add to that, that very often there is more than one right next step. So for example, a weight loss, losing 5 pounds is a lot easier than losing 100 pounds, and it makes it manageable. And so I want to be able to give myself credit toward progressing toward my goal if I lose 5 pounds, or if I do any of the following other things: change the way I'm eating, start doing things I know I'm supposed to do, or stop doing things I know I'm not supposed to do. And you could probably come up with 5 or 10 different things, all of which might constitute and be a perfectly justified next step that would count if somebody was keeping score toward, am I actually making progress in my life? And if you do those things, if you achieve any one of those next step things, you should really feel good about yourself. So the question now is just, what's the very next thing? And really, what is the very next thing that needs to happen? The smaller you can make that baby step, the more likely you'll do it. And if you keep making each step easy to do, you'll more likely do it. And then the real key, of course, when you go from step 0 to step 1, but you've only gone a half an inch, you don't really feel like you've gone that far. But half inch, a week, a month, 6 months later, all of a sudden you've progressed so far, you can't believe how far, and the momentum of every past success is what's going to carry you to the finish line.
Sure, it's almost like creating a business plan. You want to figure out all the things you want to do, but the most important one is, what's the action I can take right now to move me towards my goal? If you'd like to find out more information, you can go to BeYourOwnCoach.com, that's B without the E after it, or jgsalespro.com. In the next video, we'll cover question number 3. This is Steve and Jeff, signing off.